Yay. So I need a couple of seconds just to translate to the people. Is that okay for you?
No problem.
Perfect. A ver, gente, perdónenme, se me fue la emoción de estar con Cameron Grimes. Pues resulta, yo le pregunté primero, ya saben, cómo es una mañana en la vida de Cameron Grimes. Y me dijo, yo me levanto con una tacita de café, huevitos, le encanta el tocino, así que por primera vez tenemos a alguien especial. Y bueno, ahora le pregunté, la segunda pregunta fue que ya saben que en resumen, en NXT TakeOver 36, se convirtió en el Million Dollar Champion, el campeón del $1,000,000. Después de una larga rivalidad con LA Knight. Entonces yo le dije, ¿cómo te sientes? Y me dijo, bueno, la verdad es que yo estoy súper contento porque aparte de todo, pues viene de una historia súper larga también con Ted DiBiase. Así que ahora vamos a hablar acerca de Ted DiBiase. So, as I said before, the rivalry with LA Knight and Ted DiBiase was a long one. So, but how is it for you to work with a legend like Ted, and of course with someone as charismatic personality like LA Knight?
So yeah, it was absolutely incredible. This is the first time that I was able to work with a legend like Ted DiBiase, and at first it was a little crazy. He was out to get me. He was out to embarrass me. But then I actually found out that he was actually out there to help me, and I couldn't ask for anything better than that. As for LA Knight, yeah, he's got charisma, but that's about all he's got. That chump, he made me wash dishes. He made me take out the trash. He made me clean his toilet. I hope I never see that guy again, let me tell you that.
Yeah, that's not something like really charismatic, right? That's not at
No,
all.
no.
Perfecto. Pues, gente, aquí dijo que trabajar con alguien como Ted pensó primeramente que iba a ser como muy ruido y lo que sea, pero después se dio cuenta que lo estaba ayudando. Y dijo, a ver, LA, carismático, no señor. O sea, ¿quién hace limpiarle el baño? ¿Quién hace recoger su basura? Eso no lo hace tan carismático, ¿cierto? Muy bien. Ahora, and what now? I want to know, because on last NXT you said to Ted DiBiase that you will take the $1,000,000 championship to the moon. What does that mean for mortals like us? I mean, what's next for Cameron Grimes? Do you want to be an NXT champion? What about that?
Exactly. The $1,000,000 championship, ultimately it belongs to Ted DiBiase. That's his legacy. As for me, as for Cameron Grimes, I think this shows that I'm ready to go to the moon, like you said. An NXT championship, it sounds great. North American championship, it also sounds great. All of it sounds great for Cameron Grimes.
Ok. Bueno, pues dice que todos los campeonatos ahora se escuchan muy bien para ir a la luna. Así, básicamente así lo traduje, ¿eh? Y bueno, que Ted DiBiase es el creador, o sea, el patrón, el papá de los pollitos, pues. Entonces, pues sí, claro que le encantaría ir ahora por el campeonato de NXT, pero claro que le encantaría también ir por el de Norteamérica y claro que le encantaría ir por cada uno de esos campeonatos. Okay, so you're a champion now and spent almost a year on NXT TV, but a lot of people you're a new face in WWE, and they want to know more about you. I was doing my research, actually, and the result was, among other things, that you had a wrestling ring on your yard. So, when you were a kid, and the Hardy Boys were your next-door neighbors, how was that?
Yeah, absolutely crazy. My father wrestled with the Hardy Boys early in the 90s. So when I was born, there was a wrestling ring in my yard. So I thought that it was normal to be playing in a wrestling ring as a child. I thought it was normal to be diving out of the ring. I thought it was normal to be jumping onto people. But then when I got to school, I learned that wasn't normal at all.
A ver, pues resulta que sí, gente, que para muchos de ustedes quizás no lo sepan, pero resulta que mi querido Cameron tenía un ring en su jardín. Y él me dijo, sí, o sea, porque aparte eran sus vecinos, los Hardy Boys. Y me dijo, pues sí, yo crecí siendo un niño donde mi papá pues también estuvo con los Hardy Boys. Y para mí fue súper normal tener un ring y que estuviéramos luchando ahí. Pero cuando llegué a la escuela me di cuenta de que eso no era normal. So, North Carolina gave some of the most impressive names to WWE. from Vince McMahon, Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair, the Hardys, of course, Ricky Steamboat, Dusty Rhodes, AJ Styles, and now you. So, how was it to grow up in North Carolina, and how much influence did this state have in you becoming a superstar now?
Of course, North Carolina has a long lineage of stars. Like you just said,
Yeah,
the list can continue to go on and on and
yeah,
on.
yeah.
But not only have stars been created there, but moments have been created in North Carolina uh, with all those guys you said. So growing up in North Carolina, there's really not a lot to do. It's a country type of area. So we learn how to fight, and that's what we do. And then the WWE is the best place for us to do that at.
Yes, of course. A ver, pues North Carolina, Carolina del Norte, resulta que ha dado a grandes estrellas, o sea, Vince McMahon, Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair, un montón de superestrellas, Hardy Boys, y me dijo, pues es que no solamente ha dado superestrellas como nosotros, sino que también ha dado grandes momentos que por supuesto solamente puede tener WWE. So, you performed with Cedric Alexander in a show in Charlotte, and Kevin Owens was there, and he talked about you as a great fit for Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. 1 year after, you debuted at PWG with Cedric Alexander as well, and you performed in the middle of the earthquake. How was this
Yeah.
experience?
Yeah.
Please tell
So,
me.
yeah, absolutely crazy. So at the time, I'd never traveled for wrestling. Like I said, North Carolina was a country place. So to leave the state at all was crazy. So to go from North Carolina all the way across the country to Los Angeles, California, to be performing on a stage I have looked forward to my entire life. We're sitting it all out there. We were going to put it all on the line. The crowd was going absolutely bonkers. So when the earthquake happened, we didn't even know it happened because the crowd was going so crazy in the building. So when we got to the back and they said an earthquake happened out there, we didn't even believe it because the crowd was going so crazy. It still blows my mind.
Wow, such a
Yeah,
great story. You're
yeah.
full of amazing stories, really. You have an amazing life, really.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Congratulations about that.
Thank you, thank you.
A ver, gente, pues para los que no sepan, es que para mí, neta, este chico es increíble, tiene una vida impresionante. Resulta que estuvo con Cedric Alexander, o sea, en Charlotte, y ahí Kevin Owens los vio y les dijo, a ver, yo los quiero a ustedes para que hagan un gran performance en Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. La cosa de ir y venir, no sé qué, que estuvo con Cedric, justamente dando, o sea, mientras ellos estaban haciendo su show, había un terremoto afuera. Y ellos no se dieron cuenta. Y ahorita me dijo, yo no me di cuenta ni siquiera cuando nos dijeron, porque la gente estaba tan alborotada y tan loca, que aparte de todo, él nunca se había ido, o sea, nunca había dejado North Carolina. Y para él todo fue como ¡pum! O sea, mientras eso pasaba por fuera, eso también pasaba por su mente. ¡Qué locura! O sea, no se enteró que hubo un terremoto porque la gente y la audiencia estaba volviéndose loca. Qué increíble historia. So, how was it for you? A person that grew up surrounded by wrestling stuff and wrestlers to arrive at WWE. Was something that you were looking for, or it just simply happened?
Yeah, this was always my dream. Ultimately, growing up in the wrestling business, like you said, this was always the dream for me, always the goal. So when I got that call, when I got that moment that I was going to be here and make it here, it was the best news that could ever happen. Absolutely the best. So to be able to be here and to be able to continue to train here and be on NXT every single week, it gives Cameron Grimes everything he's ever wanted.
Perfecto.
Yeah.
Pues sí, o sea, la cuestión ahorita le dije, a ver, ¿cómo es para ti una persona que ha crecido alrededor de todo lo que viene siendo la lucha y luchadores y todo, superestrellas, todo? Le dije, llegar a la WWE, o sea, fue algo que simplemente pasó y me dijo, no, o sea, era algo que yo desde que nací, casi desde que era niño, yo venía persiguiéndolo. Entonces, por supuesto que llegar a NXT para mí fue un gran sueño, todo lo que ha pasado para mí ha sido una gran meta. So now a more personal question, because why do you keep saying everywhere you go that you're a psychopath? Cameron, please don't say that.
I guess you're right. There could be better verbiage used than psychopath. I just like to say that I'm crazy. I just think that the fact that I can scream my name, Cameron Grimes, yeah, that doesn't make me normal, you know. So I don't, you know, the normal people want to stay on Earth, but Cameron Grimes wants to go to the moon.
Perfecto, pues, gente, pues sí, cuestión que dice él que es un psicópata, le dije, oye, ¿cómo? O sea, no digas eso. Me dijo, no, tienes razón, ¿sabes qué? Podría decir que soy loco, porque a la gente loca le gusta estar aquí en la Tierra, pero a Cameron Grimes le gusta ir a la Luna. Entonces, que así sea, que así sea. I have another question, and it's about the fact that you invest in stock market, and now you're a millionaire. So I want to know if this is true or is it's just a kayfabe. And I want to know the formula as well. Please tell me.
This is very true. When GameStop exploded, Cameron Grimes was in on the moon. So it took me all the way there. And don't forget about your crypto too. Your Bitcoin and your doggy coins, they're real investments. Don't miss out.
Okay, so that is the trick. That's the formula. Because
Yeah.
I want to be millionaire like you.
Oh, yeah, crypto.
Okay, perfect. A ver, pues gente, ya lo saben, esta cuestión de que Cameron Grimes es súper millonario es cierta, ¿no? Y me dijo, tenemos que invertir en cripto, y ya está, así de fácil. Dice. So now, Cameron, there are a lot of people watching this live on Instagram and Facebook. So I think it's a good moment to answer some fans' questions. Are you ready?
Sounds great.
Perfect. A ver, vamos entonces. So this one, John Cena or Randy Orton?
Wow, great question. That's a really great question. But if I was John Cena, I got to go with John Cena. You can't see me.
Perfect. So another one. Let me think. This one. Which WWE Championship belt will you be looking forward to get in your future?
So at 27 years old, I feel like Cameron Grimes has a lot of future in the WWE. So I'm going to aim right for the top, the WWE Universal Champion.
Ok, bueno, pues a los 27 años él dijo, yo me voy por todo el universal. Así que agárrense porque Cameron Grimes viene con todo. Muy bien. Y vámonos con esta pregunta. A ver. Just give me a second because, yeah, let me check this one. Yes, this one. So, Cameron, what is your dream on the WWE?
My dream is to stay here for the rest of my life. When I can't wrestle anymore, I want to continue to be here in the Performance Center. I want to help train that next generation of wrestlers or anything that requires me to work here. I want to be here.
Perfect. Bueno, pues él quiere estar aquí por el resto de su vida y cuando ya no pueda luchar, él quiere estar en el Performance Center ayudando a nuevas generaciones a cumplir su sueño. So, what about a match against Roman Reigns?
I mean, right? That's the end all be all, right? He's the guy. He's the champion right now. So if I wanted to become that champion, then I'd have to go through him. So if that's what it takes to go to the moon, then he can kiss my grits.
Perfect. A ver, pues, Roman Reigns, aguas, porque ahí te va Cameron Grimes. Porque si él quiere llegar a la luna y si tú te interpones en su camino, tendrás que vértelas con él, básicamente. So, well, Cameron, we arrived at the end of this lovely interview. It was a pleasure to have you here with us in El Brunch de WWE. But before you go, let me ask you a last question. If you cast away like Tom Hanks in the middle of nowhere in a remote island, alone, far away from civilization, tell me 4 items that you will need, yes or yes, to carry on in the process.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm going to go with a bow and an arrow. So that's 2 things.
Ok,
and
un
then
arco.
my suit jacket, um, and then a volleyball, so I can be true castaway fashion and have me a partner out there.
Great, a ver, pues un arco con flecha, un trajecito y una pelotita de voleibol. Ahí nomás, dice él. Ok, perfecto.